No Labels is ramping up its efforts to get on the ballot in all 50 states for the 2024 election, but the group doesn't have a candidate. They are pushing for a potential ticket that could serve as an alternative to a hypothetical Biden-Trump rematch. And joining us now is former Democratic Congressman from South Carolina, Joe Cunningham, who's now the National Director for No Labels. No Labels will be in Manchester, New Hampshire next Monday to talk to voters. What exactly do you want to say to voters in New Hampshire as an organization?
Well, we're excited about being up there on Monday, and we're going to be unveiling Common Sense, which is a book of 30 different policy ideas. And the purpose of this is just to ignite a conversation about various issues that our national leaders are struggling with right now. And we're bringing up two of our original co-chairs, Senator Joe Manchin and Governor Jim Huntsman, to talk about this and attempt to bring people together and tone down the divisive rhetoric and talk about solutions, which is, I think, what Americans crave right now.
Senator Manchin, he's mentioned as a possible presidential candidate. Former Ambassador John Huntsman is a former Republican presidential candidate. Is this the making of a possible ticket?
Well, look, I think any names right now being floated are just mere speculation. We haven't even gotten to that point. And we have made a decision that we're not going to decide to nominate a ticket until after Super Tuesday, which occurs in March. Our convention will be in Dallas in April. The purpose of this is just to start a conversation. And we're going to be having many leaders throughout this tour of Common Sense coming on and talking about different ideas. So this is just to kickstart this event.
Well, how are you so convinced this is where the vast majority of Americans are?
Because we spend our hours and days talking to people and polling, using data, using modeling. And what we found out that, you know, oftentimes 90% of the conversation is done by the loudest voices. And again, like, we have a growing majority or growing number of independents in this country because they feel disaffected with the partisanship. And what Common Sense does is gives people a place to land. It gives people a place to stand on these certain issues.
Now, you're you're a former Democratic congressman. You know, many Democrats say, hey, President Biden, he is, in their view, the common sense Democratic candidate, and they see your effort as somehow a distraction, a potential spoiler.
Well, we reject the view of spoiler because our data shows it pulls evenly from both parties. And what do you say to 2/3 of Americans who don't want to see this rematch, who don't want to be served cold leftovers, who want something new and want, you know, an idea that represents their own? And so this is just essentially giving people a place to stand. And that's what Common Sense is, the first step in that process. And again, we can reassess in March and April whether or not a ticket needs to be nominated. We've been very clear about this, about the hurdles that need to be overcome. Number one, the two major nominees have to be viewed so unfavorable that a third candidate is warranted. And number two, there must be a clear path to victory for such a ticket. And we don't plan on nominating the ticket unless those two hurdles are cleared. But right now, in July 2023, this Common Sense will serve as kind of a message to elected officials, and we welcome anybody.
Seems like more like a warning.
Not really.
Well, that if you don't kind of move in this direction, you could face a No Labels ticket.
What we're doing is holding up a mirror to the American public and saying, this is where Americans stand on these particular issues. You know, everything from crime and immigration to, women's reproductive health, gun safety, all these different issues that seem so polarizing, but there's actually a lot of Americans who agree on a lot of it. And so what we're doing is we're showing these elected officials and these politicians that this is where the majority of Americans stand. And if you're not willing to stand there, we will occupy that space then.
Senator Manchin, we just spoke with Senator Chris Coons of Delaware. He believes Senator Manchin could be exploring a presidential bid. How serious do you think he's exploring it as a No Labels executive?
I haven't spoken to him about it. Not sure. And again, we haven't, any names or floating names is speculation at this point because we're not even sure we're going to nominate a ticket yet.
Right.
You know.
If President Biden decides not to run, what does No Labels do?
Well, going back to those 2 points, you know, figuring out where those two major nominees are, if they're viewed so unfavorable, and who steps in for Joe Biden. That's something to be considered.
Or if Trump, former President Trump, same thing.
Yeah, same answer. I mean, we've been very clear. And look, there are groups pushing back on this, which I view as anti-democratic.
Well, many people are pushing back on it because they think, especially on the Democratic side, inside where you served in Congress as a Democrat, that the Democratic view, I don't need to repeat it, you've heard it ad nauseum, is that by doing this, you're going to elevate Trump.
This is the United States of America, and we should be fighting for voting rights and ballot access. And that's all we're trying to do. We're trying to get on the ballot in 50 states and Washington, D.C. to give people a choice. Americans deserve a choice, and there's nothing written in the Constitution about political parties.
How many states are you on the ballot on right now?
We're on the ballot in about almost half a dozen states right now, 5 states.
And do you have a timeline for how many more states you want to get by, let's say, the end of the year?
Yeah, we're hoping to try to get on nearly half of them by the end of the year.
Okay. Former Democratic Congressman Joe Cunningham, now the National Director of No Labels, a group that's causing a stir here in Washington and around the country. Thanks for being here.
Thanks.